Okay. So, our place, I want to say thank you for honoring our facilitators, our mobilizers, did a great effort, but I need to record this so that I want to thank Reverend Yadon Wanche for the good work done with the project and this activity as well. As an answer, every fitting age when I said like a son, the idea, she said, and we're mobilizing in Charles Anderson to give us the opening prayer. Table to you. We will take the welcome remedies, but we were waiting not is here with us. Thank you. The End Technical Support Unit Regional Coordinating Council so far with Philadelphia Fight, which is a youth, and as next we will take representation using food shortly. Then we will also take and then we will have an open forum where we give all of you the opportunities to all the representations that we have been doing from here. Then we take our closing prayer. That housekeeping issue, we have provision for transport, with a paid running through of what we will be doing. The enemy one, Saturday, Gabo, Yeshua, any human being last year I started to say now the rest of the we are like a barber shop and also so now the business is a better transport with fund now the it is a mapa now the Church of God in Christ International. Bishop, please let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. But before that, challenge. And it is with us, table, Reverend Peter Yano. Ordrin HIV, the chairperson. I don't know whether you would refuse to chair or
a lot, so that we can also mental rehabilitation in the US, which provides comprehensive care, support, and treatment services to people living with HIV, orphans, and vulnerable children, the youth, and they also assist in other programs. Our region, as you may be aware, is one of the regions which are heavily affected with HIV and is Ghana. Normally when we attend workshops and programs on HIV, we are always told that we are first on the league table. And we pray and hope that with this kind of partnership, we shall drop from the league table. The region has consistently recorded high HIV prevalence over the years. Let's look at these statistics. The national prevalence is just 1.5%, whilst our region is 3.6%. That is twice the national figure. This is not acceptable. That is why we call everybody. Nobody will say that it's not part of the challenge. Everybody. And I'm so happy that the church is leading such a crusade, be it from Philadelphia or be our local reverends and churches. Once the church holds up to something, there is a way, and we think that with prayers and support, God will redeem us from this challenge. And then I dedicate this workshop to our brothers and sisters who are challenged as we sit here. And we pray that God will guide them and redeem them from the challenge that they bring are. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Fathers, we are therefore happy that Philadelphia Fight is collaborating with the technical support unit of the RCC and the Ghana AIDS Commission to provide services to people living with HIV through education and capacity building, addressing issues of stigma and discrimination, and supporting efforts to reduce mother-to-child transmission of HIV/AIDS. Our expectation is that this collaboration will continue so that we will chalk more successes in our regional response to HIV. The RCC is glad to be associated with this collaboration, which we shall continue to support and sustain, and hope that the fight will continue to support the region. Once more, on behalf of the Honorable Regional Minister, the Regional Coordinating Council, the chiefs and people of the region, we extend our warmest welcome and appreciation to you from US and to other partners and reverends in Ghana, and to wish you a happy stay. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Let's do it. We offer it's a coordinating council. Normal support, technical support unit. HIV now, senior. It is saying that also the next 18 to as well in health projects and regional here to take you through once again even basic facts which will take to have a balanced thing, providing spiritual support, psychosocial support, and then medication as well. So we would do is that it affects everybody, the economy, and everybody. And it is when we do our plans together, that's why we have invited all of you here. It's not, what is a collective effort? And we have done a lot. Even though Eastern region is the highest, very far, 7.9. We go to let me place this on records. The then municipal everywhere you hear them talking about Eastern region, and those times are for many. We recorded 20, but the implication was this. It is high, but we have done so. Successes when it comes to coverage for national. Now, we realize that but the number are so many. But at the point, we were not research. And once again, it took us that research. So we did a research to find out why they are breaking that they were breaking treatment because of food. You are on treatment, you have to break for fasting. Then we realized that was 2011 against our friends. When they went there, they were able to bring about 9. In one community, 3 people had gone to the hospital for delivery. But especially prayer camp leaders and our churches, we got almost 50 people. So it tells you what is happening. You cannot go and accuse them, and you are so you because our values, our beliefs. There were recurring cases. Even
Mesdames, Merci Gabriel. HIV ne prayer camps and herbal centers we are seeing improvement. It used to be a challenge pa hemayen ni hu ye ne se bebre na no omu eyare a unim obekwa so efie ansa ade ne mu edia ene bi bekọ hospital na ye hu se yankofo ni bebre persons living with HIV omu treatment so na so mu a bi a hu hu eye nhwehwemu kakra no ne hu se bi no mo waso efie enti yama your models of hope how many persons living with HIV are training women as you visit churches ibi o mpa ye ankasa technical support unit ye diomachi ye koya no prayer camps kakra koya no inya nipa 49 ni nyina so o ma ye mre ye hu se bebre na afọ madru ye bi se bi na bi si o so for bompai go to suma so no no ye so mo ato to mo jo mo fa afi o mu ya na chesa mo de na ba fa e bi so ka so mo ye fast to mo ntumi enkoba na e mo se na ha twen na so esese me ka se eni asofo bebre aye juma and they are doing very well. So we realized that we should rather bring asofo no on board because Osha umunyantete ya ni nimde na umobeye deseso mo ampampa yetu ho anamo yakọ 20 churches last week ya emu se bebre na ye from my mom tete no omo ye deso mo baby so ekọ ya ye frɛ wo mo no ye mom tete bia no hu se ye koto TB patient one nkofo eda okowa eno kire wo se esese nimde no pepe. Until that is the challenge we have. Now, they are our key partners. It is a say a mom, in the end, it's a yaw. A bebrena, in fact, almost blind. It say HIV, you can't HIV, be any say histology. And no, and yet, as somewhere this year, HIV over the years, Rachel, no, they be about a year, nature said, prevalence high. Now, so, and no carry a woman say, so what your baby and I 7.9. Ya baby do has said 3.6. Now, who say, ya what you say, into your way a challenge. Challenges in this is Kasem, challenges being so. Say stigma and discrimination. Let's nipa omanya yare abuse and also so challenge in so being say nipa bebre no person mo be show moja mpo no ma mu say omo yare HIV na wan hwehwe moja mu so a ye time bi a wo be mo na wa yam into problem kakra contributing to some of your challenges. Now, the woman say, with the establishment of the technical support unit, and the whole leadership region, you also be taking it serious. And to say, and where the problem no one, yeah, Kasa, ye 2 and 9 power. Until last week, no, prayer camps are a sharp. Omaji, I have 20 of them, you visited 10 herbalists, we were there. It is Sana, as I say, you're making sure, say, maybe a problem will be an Yankasa Raho. You are making sure say a totonim. Ye JD say a Jumadia, the support of the regional ministers of Ghana Health Service, Ghana AIDS Commission, the technical support unit, regional AIDS committee, Obia so for any penny for ye JD pa say ye behu and society the HIV prevalence. Effort shortages of test kits. Sisia no problem to say senior and maybe next year near Kamwasem. Now so there has been improvement. Now so the yes say you bring more test kits because as we speak now, senior participants may be cry can test kit they call communities are the friend say the brain Technical Support Unit, Ghana AIDS Commission for the Eastern Region.
I think this is a very fantastic collaboration. It's going to truly grow and make things much better. One of the great challenges that we have in dealing with HIV and AIDS is to actually involve the religious community, the faith communities, and the community organizations together with the medical people so that everyone can get healed. One thing about HIV and AIDS that we at Philadelphia Fight and our church, Church of God in Christ International, what we like to get across to people is that AIDS is not too hard for God. But we must work together. We must work together. Remember, AIDS is treatable, it's controllable, and it's preventable. But we must have wisdom and faith. Ernest McNear. I am the Vice President of Philadelphia Fight, and I am the Bishop of Philadelphia and Ghana Jurisdictions, Church of God in Christ International.
All right, so repeat that again. How this collaboration is going to work.
How this collaboration is going to work. Okay. Should I say who I am? My name is Tina Radin. I am an HIV educator. I work at Philadelphia Fight in the United States. I supervise a program called Project Teach, which is an HIV treatment education program for peer educators. So what I specialize in is letting folks who are living with HIV or who are community educators or who work with people who are living with HIV know how to speak to the community about prevention, about awareness, about education. And I believe that our collaboration with the Ghana AIDS Commission will help the community in Ghana to understand how important it is to be tested, to know their status, to access treatment and be on medication so that we can reduce transmission and hopefully work towards ending the AIDS crisis in Ghana and elsewhere in Africa and in the world.
Said HIV/AIDS is preventable.
Bishop
And there are many ways that we can protect ourselves. We can protect others. We can prevent transmission. In hospitals, in the medical system, if there is blood on the floor, you wear a glove to clean it up because you don't know what's in it. Avoid sharing needles when injecting anything into your body. Condoms, dental dams, gloves during sexual acts. Protective barriers are so important. And also other sexually transmitted infections, which are important as well. And your CD4 cell, your T cell is the, if your whole body, if your whole immune system is an army, your CD4 cell is the army general. And is the enemy. And what HIV does is he not only infiltrates the army, but he infiltrates the general. A comparison of a printer or a copy machine. It's like HIV at the other end. That as an army general or as a printer, the immune system just gets completely over time, and it is trying very, very hard to fight off the virus, but it just cannot keep up because the virus is moving so quickly. The immune system, it has three jobs, your immune system. Defense system, if a germ not only gets in, but also makes a person sick, your immune system is smart enough and well prepared enough to get you better. And now immune system sit in the watchtower and they look for germs. And then finally, you have the cells. Our What happens to the army? The army will be in the germ, may call the alert out, but the other cells are not paying attention because they don't understand what they're supposed to do. So they don't hear the alert and they can't go to attack.
Now,
it's kind of like the protective barrier that you had around your body has gotten little holes in it, little chinks in the armor. Problems that can be dealt with can become fatal. It's a condition we can deal with, but if a person with HIV with a weakened immune system, it's much harder to deal with. We talk about that can slip past the body's defense system. Those are things like TB, other opportunistic infections. And when people who have HIV become very sick and die from complications of AIDS, that's what's causing the death. Those other conditions, those other germs, things like tuberculosis or certain types of pneumonia. It's not HIV itself. When somebody gets one of those opportunistic infections, when somebody gets immune AIDS is not, it's not a new illness. It's an advanced stage of HIV. And that's an important thing as well. Many people are confused about that it's a new illness, which is not true. It's just a further stage. We'll give an AIDS diagnosis. However, as we know from the time we've spent together this morning, that medical condition also carries with it social burdens, personal burdens. All of that medical trouble, the social trouble. AIDS is a very frightening thing. It is a serious thing, but it is not a death sentence. Being diagnosed with AIDS can feel life-threatening, but it is not. We can control it, we can treat it, but it's important to know how, and to know why, and to do it the right way. And prayer, and Golda showed us the video, and those things are important if they heal your spirit and they give you the strength to keep going. But it's important to do that and to take medication and to be on treatment. What is available helps the body to rebuild CD4 cells, to rebuild the protective barrier that used to exist around you, to make it strong again. Imagine a printer with pages flying out of it, right? And you're trying to catch them all. What the treatment does, what the medication does, is it slows the printer down. And your immune system a chance to rebuild itself. Important for letting your body rebuild its immune system, but it's not enough. You need to help. Nutrition, but the first thing that you need to do to help your body, to help with the treatment, the most important thing you need to do is take the medication. Take the medication every day. Be adherent. You have to hide it, you have to take it somewhere else, but it's so important. And once we are able to take the medication, once we're able to be adherent to our pills, there are other things that we can do to help our body to fight off the virus and to strengthen the power of the medication. Eating well, practicing good nutrition. And nutrition is also a challenge. I heard Golda speak earlier about access to food. why it's important to maintain your food intake is because HIV as a virus, it depletes the body's resources. When the body have a two-sided problem. HIV infection alone can cause weight loss, can cause loss of nutrition and loss of nutrients in the body. But HIV medication can cause fat gain as a side effect of the medication, which can cause internal problems with the body. Important is to keep the body's organs functioning, but also to keep the body healthy and not clog the arteries and cause other problems with the heart, right? And side effects of the illness, of the medication. It's important for our energy, our body functioning, and also dealing with the side effects of medication. Because we know that treatment exists, it is helpful, it is wonderful, but it does have some side effects, and we need to be able to deal with them. Important is because a person with HIV, a person with a weakened immune system, is more vulnerable to bacteria, to illness, which sometimes is foodborne. Washing hands, something as simple as washing your hands before you eat, after preparing food. Also reducing your stress level, taking care of your mental health and your mind, because it's not just about your body, it's about your mind and your spirit as well. In a jar, so that video Golda showed us, it's not like that. This was a very specific treatment. He had two conditions. He had HIV and also a certain type of leukemia. Leukemia? He needed something called a bone marrow transplant. Your bone marrow is the substance inside your bones that creates your immune system, essentially. This is getting a little technical. Are you okay? Yes.
Yes. So
So Timothy's doctor knew that there is a very, very, very small, very tiny percent of the population in the world that have a mutation in their immune systems that makes them resistant to HIV. The doctor thought, well, what if I took the bone marrow from one of those people and put it in Timothy, and got rid of Timothy's immune system and gave him a new one? Transplant is very, very risky. 1 in 3 bone marrow transplants will be fatal. People die from a bone marrow transplant. It's a very, very risky procedure. And since then, nearly 6 years ago,
yes,
Timothy is still free of HIV.
Hallelujah.
Are able to be more widespread so that others can access it as well. Who has found a way to have a bone marrow transplant, but could is currently working in mice. It's working. It's working. So we know this continues to be an issue, but with knowledge, with treatment, with here, 75% of people who are living with HIV are receiving treatment. 63% of people who are living with HIV are receiving treatment. Here, only 15, right? This is a problem. We have treatment. We have treatment that works, but not everybody has access to it. Which is why it's so important for us to educate our communities, to educate our leaders, right? And to promote that this is an issue worth caring about until it's solved.
And And that's better. The one who buys so high Africa so high. Or how much you would do you pay?
Here. Thank you. I run in Philadelphia. It's called Project Teach, and it stands for Treatment Education Activists Combating HIV. And it's a program for people who want to become peer educators. And we have an unofficial motto, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to ask you to repeat back with me together. Is that okay?
Let's see what.
So the motto is, each one teach 10.
Say it loud,
nice and loud. Each one teach 10, right?
Each one teach 10. And this way. Each one teach 10. Thank you.
Every year, sometimes twice. And I've built my churches, and I've always dealt with HIV and AIDS in the States. So much so that now I'm one of the leaders. I'm an officer of the board. And we're here because who's really shared with me, didn't she? Wasn't that beautiful? Yeah. Wasn't that beautiful? It was great. So we will be coming, and as we collaborate with the officials here and the leaders here, we're going to see what areas we
He's at the university. So,